Hello ladies and gentlemen, Mind of Ryan here, coming at you with another Dungeons I can't speak, another Dungeons and Dragons Hero Speedrun. I haven't done this for a few months, mainly due to a couple things, one being just dealing with other stuff and trying to get an EA Career 2007 run done. Unfortunately I haven't got any confirmation about that, so that's still pending requests on speedruns.com, so I won't see that for a while. Also I've been rerouting this game. There's a new strategy I'm going to be using that makes the game a lot easier and makes it a bit quicker as well. Not by too much, although the splits that you're currently seeing right now are terrible. I haven't routed absolutely everything yet, but the first hour or so of the speedrun should be fairly quick. You can kind of see, like, for example, the Wind Gem or the Beholder boss fight. That in the original run took me about 57 minutes, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly. And you can see there's about like 14 minutes, I believe, if I got correctly, like 14 minutes of time saved there already. So that should give you a good idea of how well things can go. And I'll go down, there we go. If I go down to where the Death Gem or the Lich King boss fight is, it shows you how badly things can go as well, as there's like 18 minutes of 18 minutes of time between two splits. And while splits are a bit different, and say for example the MGB one, that is the Medallion, Globes and Bell, that's what that stands for, and it's just in a certain area you get a couple 3 medallions, 2 globes, and you get a bell to get through a certain doorway or certain doorways to get to the Lich King boss fight. And I just sort of I got all that stuff, did it done at the sort of right time, although I had a terrible Ice Gem boss fight, or Frostwind boss fight I should say. I got to the Lich King, died a couple times, and as you can see there's just like, I lost so much time there. So I'm hoping to be able to get this down to, like, I'd say, you see where the castle levels 1, they're like even faster than that, like a 204 would be nice. But I can't guarantee anything. I'm hoping that we at least get it under like 2 hours and 10 minutes. As you can see, again, I've already like saved several minutes, and a lot of this, like for the current times that you're seeing, or the current splits that you're seeing, a lot of it comes down to outside of the sort of the first hour or so. A lot of it comes down to just me not routing things properly, or me not entirely remembering what I'm meant to be doing, and that's just something that I need to work on and something that I need to optimize. And that's that. There's also a couple other things that I'm going to be bringing up that I may potentially, go try to find, just certain items. I'll bring them up when I need to. Anyway, instead of watching this cutscene, we're actually going to get on with playing the game now. So, I'm just going to hit A and get through. And I'm going to be playing as Aridin, the human fighter. This isn't a specific human fighter run. This is any percent. And I'm going to, I'll be altering this stuff on speedruns.com, the categories and whatnot, so you'll see that it's all changed. You can already see a difference with the run as I've got a second controller plugged in. I will, I'll talk about that when I get onto it. Anyway, let's just load on in, and you'll notice that we've started, but I have not hit start on the timer or on the on live split. Simply due to the fact that we've got a loading screen here, and then we've got an unskippable cutscene, so there's not really much point in starting the run until that cutscene ends. So, yeah, we're just going to get some exposition here from these dwarves, and they're just going to basically tell us, what's happened.
He was brought back to life by a cult of foolish clerics who thought he could be tamed through their bidding. And every moment Caden's power
Alright.
rose.
If you get any background noise, by the way, it's just me, drinking and whatnot, or scratching myself or something. Just, you probably hear me already clearing my throat quite a bit. I don't think I'm sick. I just not very good long form commentary. You can probably tell if you go back and watch my other D&D hero speedruns. My commentary isn't the best, and I think even in the EA Career 2007 speedrun is like the commentary is actually like dreadful there. Anyway, the cutscene's about to end, so I'll start the run in a couple seconds. And since the screen goes black, boom, we're in. And immediately, this game starts off the same. We just use Avid Pursue and run through the level, and I'll just bring up the map screen so everyone can sort of see. For anyone that wants to know how you get the map screen, just click R3, or you click your right analog stick, and that's what brings up the map. And, okay, cool, we got through that quite easily. So in the original run, we used to try and fight the spiders, and we're going to get a glitch here. You can glitch this cutscene, and I don't know how to like stop the glitch from happening, or how to minimize the randomness of the glitch. Basically, we're supposed to be actually standing here while this guy talks to us. So now that we aren't, the game thinks we're outside of the area for the cutscene, so it's going to spawn us back outside the doorway we just ran through. And it just means that I gotta like do a little shimmy to the right and then run through the doorway before I continue on, as you can see there. Fortunately, the spiders aren't anywhere near us at that stage, and they're not very deadly at this point. If we're playing this on nightmare difficulty, the spiders could kill us in at least a couple hits, or like at the maximum a couple hits. Alright, got some items there. Don't really need to pick them up, but we will. And fortunately, we got this cutscene glitch. The good thing about getting the earlier cutscene glitch is I know that I'm gonna get the rest of them. So this one's quite handy. It means we can skip a fight. We don't save any time. We just skip the fight entirely. And skip these guys. That's perfect. Also, I'll probably be moving the camera around a little bit just to make sure that the camera is behind the character at all times. That's just my preferred way of moving around in the game. And you guys might find a better way to play if you do so choose to play this game. You might find a better way to play it. That's just how I prefer playing it. By the way, skippable cutscene, we met a guy called Vasic. He's one of the very few friendlies. Actually, I think he's the only friendly in this area. And he just wants us to get rid of the hobgoblins and retrieve the Ankh for Vivanet for him, which we have to go through a couple of the crypts to get. And yeah, not too much else that we have to do in this part of the game. As you can see here, again, another change already. I'm just skipping fighting at all. In the original run, I stopped at the fountain there, and I would take on a whole bunch of enemies to get some experience points, so I could, have the XP to get moves later on, or to get the moves that I needed going into certain areas. So we skip that. We just skip that entirely now. So we get a little unskippable cutscene here with Vasic, and he's just going to sell us some items. And we're just going to buy some mana potions and sell some stuff, and that's about it. So again, he's sort of just telling us, go get down for Vivanet for me, and I'll find you afterwards. We're going to sell most of our stuff here, including the Raised Dead Amulet, which might seem like a bad move, but we don't really need it here, not for a while. We'll be picking up another one before we get into Bullet, but we don't need the Raised Dead Amulet because the likelihood of dying in this area is very low, especially on normal difficulty. So I'm just going to run on by everyone here. There's not really much else to do. We're just going from point A to point B. And soon we're going to see another change in the routing of the run. And you get to see it in like a second if I'm in the right area. Not quite yet, sorry. But you'll see that there's that blue little marker. That's the one we're going for. That just leads into the next area, I believe, if I've got that correct in my head. And well, this isn't good. We're getting surrounded. Okay, no, we got through. We're all good. There's a bit of unfortunate spawn. Those skeletons usually don't spawn in such, effective areas. We're getting some terrible enemy spawns here, and I might actually have to use a health potion during this area. Anyway, if we take a right and go into the room to the right, that's the magic crypts that was mentioned to us earlier. That's where the first soul shard that you can get in this game is. We did not get any of the soul shards. We just completely ignore them. So again, we're just ignoring everything, ignoring all the enemies, and just avoiding them and running through each area. So this is the area where the Ankh for Vivanet is. So boom, got a bunch of stuff there. Barely dodged that. And we nearly died. Holy crap. So that could have been run over right there. I'm just going to keep running through. By the way, you can dodge those, what's it called back there? The trap that's sort of laid back in that other room we just got through. You can just dodge them by sidestepping them. It's nice and simple. Anyway, we just opened the door to go get the Ankh for Veneer. We just gotta hit a certain lever to get rid of those flames there, and we'll just be able to pick up the Ankh for Veneer straight after that. And that's all that's all there is to this room. We just for the most part, we just ignore these enemies. We blow up these, disable the trap, and just gonna continue on down here. If I've done things right, should get a smooth run into the room. I did. That's good. And boom! Already got some time saved. That's good. And we're just gonna ignore the enemies and run on through. If I don't get blocked by them, getting a bit unlucky here with enemy spawns, and those skeletons will just hit you if they want to. Like whether or not they hit you with their attacks, just is completely up to them. As frustrating as it is, it's just how the game sort of operates. Anyway, we're gonna try and get our first kill of the game. There we go. Got one kill on that dude there, and the other guy's just sort of standing there ignoring us because he doesn't know what to do. Again, we're just ignoring the other enemies, just running on through. That spider ignored us for some reason. Usually they all attack, so it's a bit unfortunate that's happened. I don't think I've ever had that enemy pattern before there. Usually all the spiders just attempt to attack you, they will charge you, and that spider for whatever reason didn't. Anyway, we're going to see Vask again in a second here. Just got a nice little cutscene with him. So, yeah, we've got the Ankh, and he's like, okay, I'm going to show you the way out now. Unfortunately, he also gets shot in the back with by an arrow. And he falls off this bridge into the abyss down below, and we just pick up the silver skull and continue on. We do not give two shits about him. We don't care that he's dead. The only friendly person in the area, we just forget about him. He's irrelevant, and again, doesn't really help the game's story, but we're not playing this game for the story, we're playing the game to speedrun it. Anyway, first item, Ring of Meditation. And we still come to this room and pick up a bunch of items here, and obviously hit the health fountain just to make sure that we've got optimal health, to make sure we've got full health when we go to fight Caden. Not Caden, what am I saying? When we go to fight Bullet, not Caden. And here we just, Silver Skull unlocks the gate, and we're just going to run on through. And we're going to go into Bullet's lair. And, we're going to cut some spiders here that I could potentially kill, but we're just going to ignore them and go into Bullet's lair. And this is where things change a little bit. So this is the first of many times where I'm going to save the game. You can see I've already got a bunch of saves to work off of there. So we save the game. We enter in a new character, and what we're going to do is we're going to do what I call item duplication. That's all it is. No special name to it or anything. That is all it is. We're just going to duplicate a whole bunch of the items that we have. And I don't know what I just did there. For some reason it won't let me, there we go, that's what I want. Okay, this is all I'm doing. I'm going to do that one more time, and then I'm going to go fight Bullet. Alright. So duping stuff like the Ring of Meditation and all these other items is really handy. Again, having a few raised dead amulets just means that we're not going to die as soon as we get go into Bullet's boss fight or anything. Or if we do get knocked down, it means we're not just going to immediately game over, which is obviously really good. So, yeah, we're on to Bullet, and Bullet's a fairly simple boss. Bullet's just going to keep charging and charging and charging, and hopefully they'll hit. It did, thank goodness. There are 5 sets of crystals in this area. Bullet has an armor that can only be pierced by those crystals. And, oh crap, he just went straight into the wall. That's unfortunate. Bullet, whether or not Bullet charges you or just sort of chases you around the area is entirely dependent on RNG. I haven't found a way to make it like a guarantee fact that he's going to charge or anything. He just does it when he wants to. And basically each time he runs into the crystals, he becomes vulnerable and you can attack him. And that's basically the that's part 1 of the boss fight. After that, we got part 2 of the boss fight where Bullet becomes vulnerable. You can attack him at any time you want, and all there is to that part of the fight is just optimized strategy as to how to take him on and to, you know, not take any damage. Simple as that. So if we can get Bullet to charge here, that'd be great. There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should be able to... No, we didn't get a chance to get away. Usually you can get about 8 to 10 hits in there before Bullet slams down and hits you. And you can do it with... You can usually get about 8 to 10 hits in and, you know, then run away without taking damage. And just using Avid Pursuit as well to make sure we can evade Bullet's attacks. And unfortunately, he's taking forever to charge on this last crystal. Okay, here we go. We go. Now Bullet is completely vulnerable. Just the entire time Bullet is fighting us now, he's completely vulnerable. And just going to use this little strat that I've got here where when Bullet charges, we sidestep and we force ourselves into his shoulder plate, which for some reason doesn't do any damage to us and halts Bullet's momentum entirely. This is fine as well since we've got the wall there to work with. And all this is just optimization. That's all this is. So we're just going to try and wedge ourselves in between Bullet's legs. So when he does back up the charge, we can get a few free hits in. And then when he does charge, we just do this and land a few shots on him, or land a few hits on him. And that's just the rest of this boss fight. That's all it is. And there's nothing really much else to the boss fight. If you do mess up the sidestep and you go too far or you don't sidestep far enough, Bullet will hit you and do like, I think 25 hit points of damage. And that can be a bit of a pain to deal with. And we should be done in a second. There we go. And I'll split when I get out of the area. So we just put on the leather boots of Vipers, which we are guaranteed to get when we fight Bullet. And boom, we're out of here. Alright, managed to save 23 seconds. That's good. I wasn't expecting to actually be ahead. But anyway, we're going into the next area of the game, which is the forest. There are no splits or anything specifically for the forest, because there's only one thing we're going to do here. We're completely ignoring the soul shards like we are with the rest of them, like we did at the start, and, you know, like we're going to continue to do so. We're going to ignore all the enemies here. We're just going to sidestep them all and run on past them, by them. You know, just going to ignore them. We are not going to attack any of their trolls for XP. And we are also not going to... We are also, for the most part... Oh my goodness. Let's go. We got through it. It's all good. Okay, it took a little bit longer than it should have, but we got through it alright. So we get introduced to the trolls here. We're just going to ignore them and run them through. Don't care about the trolls. Like, look at me, new big bad enemy. I don't care about you. There is one troll that we are going to fight, and he is a mini boss troll at the end of this area. And you'll be able to tell which one he is because he's got like a slight little glow to him. And that's the only real sort of thing to him. And we're also going to utilize the Rod of Miracles when we do get to that boss fight. As well as just some optimized tactics for taking on the trolls or keeping them at bay whilst we do kill the specific troll. Anyway, we just continue running through, ignore everyone, run to this cutscene. You'll notice with most of the cutscenes that we can just like continue running forward and the game will register us as running, you know, continuously running. That cutscene, that doesn't happen, so like we can't like spawn ourselves further ahead or like continue running so they're actually slightly ahead. So we get forced into that area there, and so we can't force ourselves forward. Anyway, that's the only fight we do in that area. Reason being is that we just picked up an item specifically for us. Come on, there we go. I'm going to load in the area. There we go. Boom, arrived at the castle bow. Look at that, saved 46 seconds there. And that's all we do there. By the way, there is a There is a mana potion there we can pick up. We're going to completely ignore it and go to Dragon's Tankard. Alright, and here's another part of the game where there is a bit of optimization or a bit of change with how we attack each level or attack each area. So these are, I forget who they're called, rogues. I don't know, I don't remember the name of the gang to be perfectly honest. But basically they're telling us to go kill some trolls and get a treasury key. And also you'll notice when I did enter this area, even though I didn't have to run too far to get to the cutscene, I used Avid Pursuit. All that means is that once we get out of the cutscene, Avid Pursuit is actually still active, even though you can't see it. And we just turn and walk right back out of the room. And so now all we have to do is kill a bunch of trolls. I believe there's about 10 or 11 of them in here that we have to kill. And all this is just optimized fighting. Trying to take on each troll one at a time. And all we do is just mixture of war cry and multiple attacks. Unfortunately, I have to use another Rod of Miracles there, but it's fine. Managed to take down a couple of trolls quickly. We got an insect plague there as well, so we got something to use against the trolls. So, fortunately, these items that we get here, they're all very handy. We've got another insect plague, so I'm going to use it. So, again, just optimize fighting here. Take on the trolls and try not to take any damage. And, those trolls are being really nice to us. We get a level up there that we don't use at all. If I can... Hello, there we go. Right, and again, just optimized fighting. These trolls have been a bit more aggressive than usual. Usually I find the trolls sort of avoid me for a bit before they try to attack. But this is good because it means I don't have to go chasing every single one of them. There are a couple that if you don't go run to certain areas of Castle Bale, they won't spawn in. So it means like you have to go back and run to that area to kill them. Alright, this has been going quite well. So now we're going to get this troll over here and we're going to bait and switch him. Nice and simple. I believe an item dropped there, but I didn't hear it or anything. Anyway, we just paralyze this guy and kill him. And that's killing the trolls. Nice and simple. So there used to be a split that I did for that, but I kind of took that away. It's just I don't know. Just feel like that split was just, you know, it didn't need to be there, so... Anyway, we go back to the rogues and basically tell them, hey, we've done what you've asked. Gimme the tree to go get into the Great Hall. Yep. Good job. Excuse me. So now we have the Great Hall key. We're going to go into the Great Hall. We're going to go grab the treasury key, which is somewhere in that area. Once again, we're going to ignore pretty much every single one of the enemies except for a small little group of them. And all we're going to do is we're basically going to go recover the treasury key. We're going to kill a specific troll once again to get a certain item to sell. And then after that, we are going to save and load. And because we have saved with the treasury key in our hands, or within our inventory, we load back at the start of the area. And we keep the treasury key so that we can just turn around and walk straight back out of the area and that's the quest done, or this specific quest done. So when you die in this game, it will load you wherever you were last in the latest area you were in. So say I die in the Great Hall here trying to get the treasury key, I'll load back at this area of this cutscene playing, and I'll have to go do everything again. But the same also applies when you save and you're not actually at a proper save point, because you can actually just manually save as you've already seen me do, instead of using save points. Excuse me. But we don't really use them all too often, if at all, in this game. In this run, sorry. Unfortunately, this troll's on the way to the doorway. Oh, I got knocked through, that works. Anyway, just gonna keep the Rod of Miracles up. Hopefully I don't use them all up. I do want to avoid using them all up. So we're just gonna go pick up this item here. Just gonna gonna kill these guys nice and quickly. This is going a little bit slower than I wanted, but it's fine. So just gonna again ignore all these enemies. And again, like I said, just gonna go into this area, pick up the treasury key, and kill this troll that's in here. So we got the treasury key, we killed the troll, got the lance of the vipers. Now I'm going to save, and boom, this game's saved. Like I said, just gonna reload. The game loads in, we've got the items that we need, so all we're gonna do now is just turn around, literally just camera spawns behind me and back at the start of the area, and leave and go back out to the market. Nice and simple. Makes these areas a lot easier than they really should be, or they really are. So all we're gonna do now is we're gonna go meet Rick, who is gonna give us our next set of objectives to complete. I believe here I'm also going to do some item duplications. So we just get a skippable cutscene, and then an unskippable cutscene where he tells us the exact same thing that he just told us in the skippable cutscene.
The Crimson Scar Gang or some such thing. Lost their whole
There's the gang that I was talking about, the Crimson Scar Gang. So basically Rick is just praising us for taking out the trolls and getting the treasury key. And he's just like, okay, here's the key to another area where the first jeweled scepter will be. And he's going to keep doing this where he gives us stuff to get through to each area to get the next set of items we need. The jeweled scepters, as you can see in the splits there. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and use them to get to the portal room of the game. And we're gonna continue on through the game through there. And like I did with the treasury key or in the Great Hall there, I'm gonna go grab the first 3 jeweled scepters, and I'm gonna save and load back at the start of the area, and then I'm just gonna leave, nice and quick. Anyway, we're just getting exposition about what we're supposed to do here. Not really much else to talk about, so yeah. And, here we go. Cool. I'm gonna save the game and reload. Or not reload, sorry. We're gonna save that game and load in a saved hero. So what we're gonna do is we're going to dupe the gloves that we picked up. We're gonna dupe the potions that we got here so we don't have to buy more. We're gonna go ahead and dupe the Rod of Miracles and dupe our Wasted Amulets to stay safe. And that's all we need to do. So now we're going to go into Rick's shop. Oh crap, I backed out. I pressed the wrong button. So we're going to sell the Level Boots of Dragons, the Lance of the Vipers, Throwing Daggers, all this other stuff that we don't need. And you see why the item duplication comes in handy here. And in return we're going to buy the Scimitar Dragons. And I don't think there's any there's no good rings for me to buy. I'm also going to buy me some scale mail and a scale helmet. Since we've already got boots and since we've already got boots and gloves, we don't need to worry about buying a new set of them. And if you buy the base scale boots and the base scale gloves in there, I believe the AC or the armor class or how well they protect you isn't as good as what we already have. So we don't bother with buying more of that. We just bother with buying the stuff that's there, as well as a scimitar, which is going to come in handy when we get to I forget the name of the area, but when we get to a certain area, we're going to utilize them there. Anyway, this is the treasury, and we're going to go here and just again ignore all these enemies. And maybe not, since they all seem to want to... Okay, that has never happened before. These guys are being really aggressive today. Fortunately, there's a couple of ways I can get through here. By the way, these are some of the most annoying enemies in the game, so it's good that we're sort of just ignoring them, because again, they're just annoying to deal with. They're they're just a major pain in the ass. I just realised I might have done something wrong. Hold on, I need to check. Okay, no I didn't, thank goodness. Alright, Jeweled Scepter. We got the Jeweled Scepter, so we're just going to save and load now. Boom, nice and easy. Load the game. Load the character. And since it loads in. Excuse me. Excuse me? Hello? That just happened. We still got some bit of time saved there, but I lost a little bit of time. A couple seconds just to... I was pressing down. I'm just... Oh, that's all I'm going to say. I was pressing down. I don't know why Aridin went to the left or the right there. So that's that done. By the way, again, we're going to go into the castle shop. I'm going to item dupe again. I did forget to item dupe something there. So... after this cutscene's done, I'm going to go ahead and item dupe again to get a bunch of stuff.
I believe one would have been cared for by Bale's palm.
I'll be right back. Everyone's fucking annoying me today. Hold on!
Perhaps you'd like to get a few things before you go.
What? You want any chat? Yes, please. Okay. Bit of time lost there because, yeah, having to deal with everyone else, you know, knowing that I'm doing stuff and, you know, annoying me anyway. Anyway. Like I said, we don't actually have anything to buy there, so we're just gonna... Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm gonna get a bit of time loss here, because just again, everything's been thrown into a whack. Alright, so the time of the pupil, I was meant to duplicate that before, but I didn't. Which is not a biggie, it's not like we need it for the first Jeweled Scepter area. That's for these other two where we want to kind of have that area, have that available. Anyway, for now we need to duplicate it, so we got 18 of them. So now we have 4, and then after this, I'm gonna duplicate one more time, and then I'm gonna save and reload my character here. Save and reload the character, and then do it 3 more times to get 18, and then I'm going to get a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to buy certain skills. We're going to level up Avid Pursuit to its highest level, which is only 1 level. We're also going to level up our Scimitar, what's it called? Wielding Scimitar, I believe it is, specifically, that's what it's called. We're going to level that up at once, and then we're going to level up something else as well. I'm just trying to remember what it is. I believe it's outer or inner strength, I'm not entirely certain, so might lose some more time there as well. Okay, cool. So we level up Avid Pursuit 1. Shock Finisher, that's what I wanted. And Wield Scimitar once. Boom. Here we go. So I was meant to do that before, but I didn't, just for whatever reason. Completely forgot. So hopefully we won't lose too much time to that. It might level up, it might level out a little bit, but we should still be mostly ahead. As you can see there, we move a lot faster, and Avid Pursuit lasts a bit longer. I think solely from the fact that we move just a lot faster, that just makes things like a lot quicker. So now we're gonna go into. So now we're into the barracks, and we're gonna make one stop here before I actually go complete what I'm meant to be doing. You know, go grab the Jeweled Scepter. I need to grab one item. And unfortunately, I got weeped there. It's fine. We got a secret area that we've unlocked. So all we're gonna do is pick up that Berserk Brew, and later on we're gonna duplicate it so we can use it against bosses. What the Berserk Brew does is that it doubles, I don't think it's specifically doubles, but increases our attack power for a short period of time. Which we're just gonna spam it against bosses, and hopefully make a lot of the bosses not take too much. You know, not take too long to do. Just annihilate the bosses essentially. Just make them really quick. Now, in the old run, I took that guy on, but I'm not going to take the... Sorry, it's a priest. I don't take that priest on anymore. Just going to save and load. And we somehow hit some barrels there, so that happened. And there we go. Boom. Oh, we still saved some time there. That's good. That's good. I'm happy. We still saved 17 seconds. Could have saved at least 25 maybe. But, it's alright. As you guys can kind of see how broken this run becomes. By the way, we still got an objective to go get the first soul shard, which if we want to, we can go grab it. But we don't need it, and I'm getting hit by an arrow there. That doesn't usually happen. By the way, any sort of enemy that we've faced previously, like the hobgoblins, the trolls and whatnot, they can spawn in the area there. They don't usually, usually it's just nothing spawns in. But they can spawn in if they want to.
Anything else you need before you go?
No, Rick, we don't need anything else, mate. I'm good.
Good to see you.
So we're going to go ahead and run off and go grab the third jeweled scepter. Nice and easy. And the same logic applies here, although there are a couple kills that we have to do. We have to kill a couple of priests in order to get to the room where the jeweled scepter is. No, we have to specifically kill a couple priests, or I think about 3 or 4 specifically, to get to a room where there's a lever, and then we hit that lever and we go and pick up the jeweled scepter in a secret room. Nice and easy, just really quick. For the most part, if the fighting goes well, that's what will happen. And this is where we get to see the first use of the shock finisher and war cry combo. And all that is just a war cry to paralyze any enemies, and then use shock finisher against these priests. It's really effective. And, this priest is being an asshole. That's one priest down. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this other one. Unfortunately, we get bombarded by enemies as well. I think we've actually been surrounded here, so I'm gonna have to. Oh no, we're good. Boom. Okay, so. Okay, sweet. That second priest kill was nice and quick. Just gonna use war cry there to make sure that we don't just get bombarded by enemies as soon as we're done killing certain priests. Oh my goodness, what's going on? That priest is being an asshole. Another door opens. So now all we gotta do is hit this lever and it will open up a secret doorway. So that secret door opens, leading to the area where the the third jewel scepter is. And now we're just gonna run on through, pick it up, save and load, and leave the area. And not quite actually, because the priest is being an asshole. Alright, just having to. Oh my goodness, everything's getting in the way now. Alright. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit, dude. Alright, still got it done fairly quickly, but unfortunately that can just happen. If the game so chooses to just have enemies block you, it will. Or the enemies will block you. So we're gonna just do the exact same as to what we did before and leave. So we did lose a few seconds there. That's unfortunate, but that's just the way things can go there. Alright, so we're going to again go back to Rick, and he's going to tell us where the fourth jeweled scepter is. And then we're going to proceed through to the area and go pick it up. Again, another annoying area coming up that we should be able to get through without too many problems.
3 scepters and 1 to go. The last shall be the most difficult. It is somewhere in the dungeon below.
Alright, so what I'm actually going to do here, don't need to do it here, but because I can do it before I fight the beholder, but I'm going to do it here anyway. I'm going to get that level up, I guess. I'm going to save and load, which I probably shouldn't have done actually. I don't need to. That's something I literally just realized. I don't need to do that. Oh crap, wrong button. Alright, so what I'm going to do is do my potions, and then dupe the Berserk Brew. As well as the Rod of Miracles, actually. I need to dupe that a couple times. And we still got 7 raised dead amulets. We'll be right. Okay, so I'm going to save, and I'm going to do one more dupe with the not raised amulet, sorry, I'm going to do one more dupe with the Berserk Brew, so I should have like 10 after this, or 8, which is more than enough, I believe. Actually, no, we're going to dupe it one more time, just to be certain, because I don't want to run out of Berserk Brews, because again, same with the Tome of the Pupil that I duplicated, which, sorry, I didn't mention this at all. When we go through to the treasury, we pick up the Tome of the Pupil whilst trying to get to the Jeweled Scepter, and the Tome of the Pupil gives you 10 level up points each time you use it. And again, we can just duplicate it to make it so that we just duplicate it to make it so that we just, you know, can basically get out all of our moves really easy, or get out all the necessary moves really quick. And that just makes things a bit easier in terms of, you know, it makes things a bit quicker in terms of we don't have to worry so much about fighting, you know, smaller enemies and whatnot before trying to get to a boss or before trying to unlock these moves. Instead, we just ignore them, duplicate the Tome of the Pupil, and we just get the moves that way. So, the main thing that we need to make sure is that when we are duping these items that we need to dupe, is that we don't use the last item, like we don't use it all up. I've got to make sure that I've got at least one of that item left so that I can dupe it again. So we're just going to again more or less ignore these guys and just run on through to a lever that's up around the corner here. Thank you. And
oh, nice and warm in here.
yeah. There we go, we just hit that lever there, opens up that door, and now we're going to run back through all these enemies, and we're going to get an amulet that's in there. You can sort of see it sitting on a table there. And if we're fortunate, we won't get any annoying enemy patterns to deal with here. What I mean by annoying enemy patterns is there's a certain move that these wizards can use. Unfortunately, that is really fortunate. Usually get hit at least a couple of times, but goodness. There we go, we got through. So these enemies are really annoying because they can just surround you really easily. And the game is just very in your face about it. It does not care if you don't like that. It just goes, screw you, this is what you have to deal with. And all these enemies as well, they have like potions of haste. They have, you know, the magicians, as you saw there before, they have certain maneuvers that just are frustrating to deal with. And the raptors, they have... raptors can slow you down with a certain breath move they can use, and whether or not they use it is just completely RNG. I do find more often than not that they will try to use that move. Fortunately, we're able to dodge everything there and get through to this area. And none of the enemies should follow us through. They can, but they shouldn't. So we should be pretty safe in the next couple of seconds. I say that because we're going to go through this steam area. As you can see there, lots of damage can be dealt to us. There's the 4th scepter. God damn it. Don't like getting hit by that move because, again, it just being slowed down is not fun to deal with. Alright, so as long as we don't get hit by another one, boom, we're good. Just run through these guys, just completely ignore them. Still get hit by their attack somehow, I don't know how actually. Again, this game is very unapologetic with this area of the game. Like, all the enemies just have dumb moves that are just like, they can just spam those attacks if they want. Like, you see the guys with the arrows, they just spam the really fast shots really, like, a lot. They spam it as much as they want. So anyway, we opened up the scepter door. And I'm going to run through onto the exterior, proceed to the portals, and we're on for our way through. And we managed to get a couple seconds of time saved back, so hopefully I can get a real fast Beholder boss fight here. That's going to be the plan of attack. So we're going to grab those Berserk Brews that we duplicated earlier, and we're going to basically just spam them, as well as spam the shock finisher against the Beholder. So the Beholder here, there are a couple of different ways to deal with them. Mainly we want to try and back him into like a pillar or something. This is pretty ideal at the moment. Not too worried about taking a bit of damage here. So this is going pretty well so far. Boom. That was a really good Beholder boss fight. And that stuff still spawned in. So, yeah, if you can get the Beholder to die right by this door, which is more or less guaranteed to not happen pretty much all the time, then that just makes this quicker, you know, getting to the doorway and opening it up. But you're more or less never going to get that to happen. Like, what I got there is pretty much a perfect Beholder boss fight. So again, the portals are a safe area to duplicate items, because, you know, got no enemies here. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate items. And we've got Grand Never Girls, so I might put them on. It gives us +2 strength, so yeah, I'll definitely put that on in a second. But we're going to go ahead and duplicate our anti-venom potions a couple of times that we just picked up, as well as health potions and our Berserk Brews. And that's pretty much all else that we're going to do. Might do that once. I don't believe there's any... I don't believe there are any maneuvers or any skills that I need to unlock right now. Not for a while anyway, so... Just gonna do this stuff again. And that will do. So, you can get certain skills. 3 of them specifically are called Resist Poison, Resist Ice, and Resist Fire, which it just decreases the amount of damage that you take from those attacks. So we're not gonna bother grabbing them, because in this area at the very least, or we're not gonna bother grabbing this one, because we get the Serpent's Ring. Okay, maybe that's not actually so good, but it gives me +2 strength, so I'm gonna go and use it. We shouldn't take any, if at all, damage during this area, outside of some spikes that we'll run into in a second here. Not in a second, sorry. Well, yeah, should we get through it pretty quickly? This cutscene's taking a while. So we just get introduced to the snake serpents that are here, and we just completely ignore them. These enemies block us at all. We just walk around and run by. And they will pretty much always get like some attacks in on you. The spiders here are just, they're relentless. They're not as bad as the enemies we just had to deal with. You know, potion of haste, spamming arrows, spamming area of effect magic attacks that force an animation on the character, or the hero I should say, that mean you can't move and escape them. These spiders will attack you and they'll poison you, that's pretty much it. And they can corner you like any other enemy, and that's pretty much it. That's the extent of these enemies. So they're not nearly as much of a pain to deal with as the previous enemies. Anyway, that's a little side quest that we can do, but we're not going to. We're just going to ignore it. And just going to open this doorway and run on through. Boom, King's Fort. And the King's Fort, there are a bunch of pressure plates that we need to hit in order to open up a gateway, so to get to the Outer Sanctum, I believe it's called. Excuse me. Again, very simple area. All we're going to do is just ignore enemies for the most part. And this is where the anti-venom potions come in handy, just to avoid these sprays, because you get poisoned by them once, no big deal, but then every single spray hits you if you haven't got an anti-venom potion on. So we throw in the anti-venom potion and then we run on through. It makes it just a lot quicker, a lot safer, and a lot quicker. Here's our first pressure plate. What we're going to do is run past these guys at the pressure plate, and then run back through. And we're going to run to the other side of the area and do the same thing. And boom, nice and quick. And again, in the original speedrun, I think I fought a few of these guys, since there are health fountains here available. Like you see, there's a health fountain there, and there's a magic fountain on the other side available to use. But I don't bother with that. I just run on by. Again, we're just duplicating the crap out of everything, so we don't really need to worry about doing that, because the only reason I really fought them was to get the experience needed to unlock certain attacks and whatnot, like the shock finisher. But we don't need to worry about getting much else. And again, I do want to stress, this isn't an optimized speedrun by any way, shape or form. I might just go ahead and grab everything I need right at the start of the game, which will affect some of the splits. But it will just guarantee that I don't need to keep starting when I'm trying to unlock stuff. And yeah, that's all I can really think of at the moment in terms of potential changes, as well as maybe picking up certain items. You'll notice at the start of the game when we went through and grabbed the Ring of Meditation back in the crypts, we also grabbed the Elixir of Dragons, and that gives us +1 Constitution permanently. So we could like duplicate that and just spam it, but I don't do that. The reason I bring that up is because I believe I haven't seen it in the game, so it might not be available, at least not outside of a really restricted area. But you can get a lot of the item names you'll notice are like, for example, the leather gloves that we picked up, leather gloves of the dragons, means that we get protection from fire, we get fire resistance. Or the scimitar dragons that we got equipped right now, does fire damage. So stuff like that is about sort of noticeable throughout the game. This is really bad. I can't go either side here. Okay, that's a little slow, but that's pretty much this area done. King's Fortress is a pretty safe area to get through. Boom. And we managed to save 28 seconds, so that's good. That is really, really good. So now we're in the outer fortress, and we're going to hit some more pressure plates. And we're going to hit these in a specific order. The ones that we hit before, it doesn't matter whether you go left or right with the first couple. It doesn't matter which way you do them, you just go and hit them, and they will, bring up the bridge either way. These pressure plates, to open up a gate to get to the next area, the inner sanctum, we have to hit them in a specific order, otherwise they reset themselves. That's where things can get a little hectic, as the serpents can just decide to block areas entirely, making it impossible to get past them. By the way, I'm using the anti-venom potions here again, you'll notice. These guys are blocking it. Like I said, these guys love the block. And there's an item drop there, so I'm going to probably go pick that up. I'm going to go ahead and try this. The Scimitar Dragons obviously is good for the sake of having that fire damage, which will be handy in the ice gem area. But otherwise, we don't really need it outside of that. There we go, just get through. What we will do after we've done the nature gem area, which is what this area is titled, I will be doing another set of item duplications for like the Tome of the Pupil and other bits and pieces. And one of the, with the Tome of the Pupil, I will specifically be doing that to increase my wield longsword level, so that just increases my proficiency with a longsword. Alright, things aren't going too bad here. Got one more pressure plate we need to hit, I believe. There we go. So by the way, with all the first 3 pressure plates, you need to look out for a bit of text that comes up saying that you've hit the pressure plate. and it will tell you if you've hit it. If you've hit the wrong one, it will tell you that the pressure plates, sorry, will tell you that they've all been reset. So you have to hit them in a very specific order, like I said earlier, otherwise they all reset, and you have to start all over again. So just for anyone wondering, if you haven't been paying attention, the order is yellow, red, blue, green, and once we hit the green one, that cutscene plays, showing that the gate's opened, and that is the Outer Sanctum done. We got another 25 seconds. That was really good. Really good Outer Sanctum there. And now we're just going to go pretty much from A to B. We get forced to go into the safe game spot. And again, we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing the entire run, avoiding enemies and just not worrying about them. These enemies have been being somewhat kind to us with where they're standing. Also, if you want to... if you do get hit by poison and you haven't got an anti-venom potion on, you can just negate the effects by, you know, using another one. Nice and simple. And usually that enemy doesn't block us. Usually we get a cutscene. We get this cutscene before that enemy would, you know, be able to do anything. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Anyway, this is the end of the area. We're going to head on to Urfax Bluff, and we're going to fight the Urfax.
I am weak and unable to help you.
So we just got, this is the queen who we saved, and yeah, there's not really much else with the priestess, I should say. Where's the berserk? That doesn't matter. So we're just going to go to Urfax Bluff, and we're going to fight the Urfax. And something I got in the first run I did testing all this new routing was I died and used the Raised Dead Amulet, and the Urfax stayed on the ground because the Urfax has a certain cycle it does. And okay, that was pretty good. That happens regardless of what we do, so the Urfax will jump up and fly away. If the Urfax has a certain cycle, will stay on the ground and try and do a certain, like do a couple attacks against you and block it, try and block it from certain attacks. And then he'll jump up in the air, and he will, when he jumps up and lands, he can hurt you, by the way, but he'll jump up in the air and try and drop rocks on us, and then he'll just drop to the ground and do the same thing he was doing before. Alright, so that's going, it's going pretty well so far. So something that I managed to get happening was that I died once and used a Raised Dead Amulet, and the Urfax just kind of let me do whatever. Okay. Okay, we certainly... Okay, so I was just testing that, by the way. That was just complete improvisation, and I... Okay, I kind of butchered that because I missed the shock finisher, but... kind of see, like, there's something to certainly try there. So I'm going to try that again and see if that makes things quicker. I'm not getting hit by anything though, so that's a bit of a shame. Okay, and again we're just using the Berserk Brew to increase the attack damage that we do. Alright, and we're just going to use a Rod of Miracles. That's the missiles. Where's my Rod of Miracles? There we go. I didn't even realise we got Rod of Fire as well, so... And that's not what I wanted happening. And we got it, boom. Alright, so with the rest of these boss fights, you'll notice I haven't, like for example, I haven't done the split yet. All we leveled up, and I believe we got Scale of Vipers, so... Put that on, and we're going to head out of the area. Okay, and boom, we got the Nature Gem, and we're out of the area. Boom, that's the Nature Gem done. So, that sort of gave me a bit of insight, and gave you guys a bit of insight on some potential time save that I can still get in. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. Anyway, we're going to run straight away, run across the way. We're going to get a force cutscene that we cannot skip. Talking about one of the Crimson Scar gang members, Laundra. I forget this character's name, that's not Laundra by the way. Laundra is stuck in the area we're about to go to, and I'm going to go save it. So yeah, same thing we did last time. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pick up some items and duplicate. Now you'd think we drop the antivenom potions, but we need them later, so I'm not gonna do that. But I am gonna save here, and I'm gonna we're gonna keep the bastard sword on. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that. So what I'm gonna do is dupe the Tome of the Pupil and level up my. I'm gonna level up the bastard sword that I have, as well as the longsword stuff. So I don't know how many it's gonna take, but I'm just gonna item dupe until I get 30. Until I get 30 Tome of the Pupils. Just gonna say, leave the party, save, and reload. Cool. Gonna item dupe a couple times here, and just specifically gonna item dupe the Tome of the Pupil. I wasn't meant to use it, and also need to item dupe the flash freezers because we'll need them. Okay, there we go. So I shouldn't need any more than what I got, the flash freezers. Oh, wrong button. Gonna save and then load in load saved character again. And I should have like 5 or 6 Tome of the Pupils now. So I got 5, so I'm just gonna do this 6 more times and then head into the area. As well as probably do the, what's it called, sort of 1 or 2 more times. So, actually no, we got plenty of flash freezers there, we don't need any more. Okay. So I'll do this about 3 more times I believe, I think I've got 20 now. So go, nice and quick. Okay, so I can't actually go any higher, so I'm just gonna stop there and use up what I can. By the way, gonna throw away some stuff here. Don't need the serpent's ring either. Alright, we pretty much got more. We pretty much got enough. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna level up wield. We'll level that up once. And we'll level that up a couple times. I'm gonna level up outer strength. I'm gonna level up resist fire, and I believe that's all we can do for now. Yep. Yep, and that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna head on to the metalworks. Alright, so now we're gonna go get 5 diamonds that are located in the metalworks area. And not in the metalworks specifically, but located in a couple different areas of the game here. So we just got this cutscene here that's just sort of showing off the metalworks and showing off the diamonds we're going to be picking up. And you'll see again that I used to split on each 5 of the diamonds. Again, if you've seen the original run, or the original, excuse me, if you've seen the first 2 runs I've done in this game, don't do that anymore. Splitting on each separate diamond is just a bit redundant, I believe. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, you can just run straight through the middle of the fire there, and you will not get hit by it. Except for then. I mean, you can still get hit by it if you're not in the right spot, but if you run perfectly out the middle there, you will not get hit. And hopefully I'll be able to outrun the cart that's up here. I was able to, that's great. I've never been able to do that before, for anyone wondering. I'm going to get this diamond, and we're going to head to the smelters. Now, there is a potential glitch that I could get running here. I'm going to have to try and test out the specific method of getting it to happen. Not in this room that we're about to run into, but in the next room. After we pick up the 3rd diamond, I believe. There is potentially a... we can potentially skip part of the cooling room. and go straight to where we need to. Anyway, you see that that's where the resist fire move comes into play. Again, we just take less damage from all these guys and all the flames here. So something I need to test out at some stage. I'm not going to do it here, but something I need to test out. Alright, I don't know what that was, but something I want to test out in the area we just ran by there is that potentially I could death warp. I guess you could call it a death warp or glitch. As you saw earlier when I was loading in a second character, that that the character was actually spawning above me and not actually, you know, next to me. So what I could potentially utilize that for is to take a death in the room that I was there before, use a raised dead amulet, where those 3 fire elemental creatures were. And what I can do is use a raised dead amulet, and whilst one of them's standing over me, and then because I think it's like I can't occupy the same space as the fire elemental, and like say if I spawn in a second character, that character can't occupy the same space as me. Because of that, I get pushed upwards to the second level, up to where the soul shard that you would have seen as I walked into that room is. We get pushed up there, and when I managed to get it to happen, I could only move to the left for some reason, so I had to run all the way around just to get to the cooling room. So there might not even be time save there, but it is something I do want to test. But anyway, at the moment we are just running through each of the areas, so there's not really much to talk about. By the way, in that area we were before, like similar to what we're doing here, you said those large sort of cube things, you can potentially get past the one in the other area. In here though, you're guaranteed to not get past it, just there's no way of doing it, so we don't try. Anyway, we're going to go into here, that's where Laundra is in that cage there, and we're going to fight this guy up here, Fire Giant. And if we can, we're going to freeze him. Okay, there we go. That's just what we wanted. Nice and quick. So now we're going to go ahead and get the 5th diamond from Laundra here, who's in this cage. And you can speak to her beforehand. It's just slower to do so.
You do? What are you? I was showing this
So now,
amulet I stole.
after this cutscene, we're just going to run through to the next end of the areas. We've got our 5 diamonds.
Parts and wheels.
We are going to use them to open up a specific door and head into the next boss fight. And that's all we're going to do.
I'm going back to Vale, but I'll leave something here for you.
So you can see there, we got the 5 diamonds. Hooray! Now we can access the next area. Laundra's rescued, so when we go and speak to the Crimson Scar gang next, they'll be very appreciative and give us, I believe it's called the Ring of Rings. Very, very handy item that we'll equip and use, and also duplicate to get money. Anyway, now we get these huge giants here that are not careful. I can get hit by them, and I'll also get stunned, as you'll see here, and poisoned as well. So it didn't really do much to me there. So fortunately, I was able to just get through without too much fuss. But still, you know, something to worry about. So we're just gonna wait for this cutscene to play whilst the guy is stomping behind us. The Iron Giant is stomping behind us, and that's the end of that split. So we lost, what, 10 seconds there? 9.8 seconds. A little unfortunate, but it's alright. And we run into this room, and we fight the Red Dragon. And as you can see, we kind of just sort of cheese the Red Dragon here. Unfortunately, I have not been able to find a way to get this dragon done in one cycle. So, a little unfortunate, but I believe there's a way to do it. There we go, that's Red Dragon done. That was a really good Red Dragon. Last one I did was awful. So we leveled up, so I won't do that yet. I will go and get this gem first. Boom. We saved a whole minute there. That is good. Well, not a whole minute, but we saved 52 seconds. So that's really good. Really happy with that. So now if we want to, we can go and talk the Laundra and get ourselves the Ring of Rings, but I don't need that right now. Can open up this next area, and again I'm going to item dupe the items that we get in here, because they'll be handy against the Frostworm boss fight. And other than that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop some items here. We don't need the flash freezers anymore, so we're going to drop all of them. I'm going to keep the Rod of Fire because that might be handy, and everything else we're going to keep, I believe. I'll drop the daggers and the hammers there. What I'm going to do is save the game and, you know, load in another character and duplicate everything. Pretty simple stuff. Or duplicate the stuff that I need. So fire flask. Won't duplicate that. Don't need to duplicate you. We'll duplicate you. Duplicate several of these because I won't lie, this next area becomes a bit of a hellhole. So I'm gonna do that again. Again, we're just gonna get enough to get resist fire, and I believe if I do this right, sorry, resist ice, and also level up our wielding abilities. So I'm gonna level up. Both wield longsword and, well, I don't need to use wield longsword specifically, but I'll wield up the bastard sword since I picked it up. So now we got 3 times the pupils, so that's 6 now. So I'm gonna save again, and then I should only have to do 5 more dupes. And all this is just simple math and just working. All this is just simple math and just knowing, like, oh hey, how I can do this so many times and then save and then do it again just to make it quicker. So it's 12 extra, so I'm on 18 right now. So I'll be on 24. I'll probably go over just to make sure we have enough. So that's 30. And that is going to be 36, but I don't go over my... No, I didn't. Okay. Alright. So now we're going to use 35 of these and go ahead and level up stuff. Alright, so I'm going to level up Warcry just once at the moment, and I'll level up Dragon's Toughness, and I'll finish leveling up Wield Bastard Sword. I'll do Wield Longsword after this next area, and we'll just do Improved Critical as well. And now we're going to go into the Frostbound. So with the Frostbound itself, I haven't got a split for it. It's pretty simple. We just go from A to B, run through the area, and same after that. The only thing we're gonna do in the area after that, which I believe is the Barbarian's Fortress, is we're going to pick up an item called the Cask of Winters, and then after that we're going to, after picking up the Cask of Winters, we're just going to continue on through to the ice fields, I believe it is. And again, that's where things just get just insane in terms of annoyance, I should say, or difficulty. The area is difficult, but not in the sense Or no, it is difficult. It's just, it's also it's also very annoying. So it's not, it doesn't like to feel like the difficulty is something that is earned by the game, I guess you could say. But it is still just instead it's more like annoying. Like, it doesn't feel fair all the time, I should say. Anyway, just ignore these guys for the most part and paralyze them when we need to. And into the Barbarian Fort. In the game, we're at the Barbarian Fort. We're going to get a little cutscene here, just showing off a couple of the enemies and showing off the fort itself. We're just going to ignore everyone, run on through to where the Casket of Winters is, pick it up, and then after that, leave the Barbarian Fort area and go to the ice fields. Or as I have titled the split, Frozen Hell, because I hate the area. It is just so annoying. There's a whole bunch of levers that you need to hit, and they all come, you know, with enemies that can just hit you really easily and can do a lot of damage to you. So not a very fun area. I'm going to be a little careful here, since we can potentially get hit by this guy here, which we didn't, thank goodness. I'm just going to run on through and kind of ignore these guys. Boom, Mountain Pass, that's the name of the area. So now we have to hit a whole bunch of levers, and they're all in very frustrating areas to deal with. And the enemies here can be a major pain in the ass. And this is where playing as the rogue would be so much easier. Again, we can just get hit from seemingly anywhere. Okay, it wasn't too bad. So Walker Eye. Go hit the other lever. So there's two levers on this side. There's that first lever that you saw right in front of the gate. We're going to go hit that now. And now we're going to go hit two levers on this side, and that's this first part of the area done. And as you can see, this area is not fun to do at all. No, that's my dog that just walked into the room, so hopefully it doesn't be annoying. There we go, gate opens. So we're gonna get blocked here, I think. Nope, we got through. That's good. So now we're just gonna run on through, run on by, and just ignore all the enemies here. And just gonna continue on through. Oh my goodness. Not getting good enemy patterns here. Again, they can hit you twice there. It's just not fun to deal with. And we're just gonna ignore all these enemies. And this is also part of the hell that I mentioned, because the frame drops are huge. There's not much I can do here. I'm gonna get surrounded because this game hates me. You just get through. There we go. Okay. One more lever remaining, and that will play a cutscene to open this gate. This is very painful to deal with. If I can get through, that'd be good. There we go, we're through. Again, playing as the rogue in that area is just a lot more fun. Makes the area actually bearable, even before the frame drops. Actually, I think the frame drops come from the amount of enemies that spawn in the area. And I don't know how that one hit me, but okay. Again, this is an area of the game that just gets very annoying and very stupid. Okay, now we've opened up another gate. So this area to the right got opened up by the first gate. And now we've opened up an area to the left, which is another like 4 levers there that we have to hit. And by the way, none of the enemies go away. They're still spawned in. And they're all annoying to deal with. So there's one lever. There's one over here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, we're through. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Let me through. Let me through. And this is where the game gets maddeningly annoying. Unfortunately, I can't do anything here, so I'm just gonna die a couple of times. Oh my god, we're through. Holy crap. That is some annoying time loss where we got there. And we died again! Holy shit. So you see why I have titled this area Frozen Hell. This is the most broken area there. How am I not able to get through there? Like, look at that. You see how broken this area is. Like, enemies, just from sheer amount of enemies loading in, like, the game doesn't load shit properly. Or doesn't do not like load shit properly, but it lags horribly due to it. So pretty much always as the fighter guaranteed a little bit of time loss here. And yeah, these enemies just love to get in the way, regardless of like what you want to do. They'll just get in your way. It's so annoying. Like I just said, this area is literal hell to me. But this believe it or not went better than the last one I did, so I'll take it. Go Frostworm Lair. That's that horrible area done. We got a minute or just under 2 minutes of time save, so I'll take it. So I just need to make sure I have the right moves set up here. Berserk Brew, that's what I want on. Alright, now we're gonna fight the Frostworm. And this is just another pain in the ass to add on to the already major pain in the ass that the area by itself already is. And yeah. Alright, so these are the enemies that we have to deal with. They're going to explode on us in a second. And I'm going to take a death there because they all exploded on me at once. And, hello? Okay, that just happened. He thinks the game is trying to troll me. Jesus Christ, what is happening? Run. Oh, I still got hit. And this is the part of the boss that I don't like. By the way, if he wants to, directly after that, you see, the Frostworm is not a fun boss fight. So hopefully we don't get more. Of course we do. There we go. That's a bit. Are you kidding me, game? I'm requesting right now to know how I got hit by that. Oh my goodness, that one makes sense. Wait, let me throw it at him. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of improvisation there. Usually I don't bother trying to do like any physical attacks in there, any what's it called, attacks. But yeah, kind of had to improvise there. And that's that done. So we're still ahead by about 30 seconds, but we lost a little bit of time, kind of. Unfortunately, that's just what happens there. So now we're on to the last area. the last portal area. So what I'm going to be doing here is doing, I've done my bastard sword, but what I'm going to do is, the Warcry is no use here. So I'm going to be duping some other items if I still have them. Like obviously I'm going to duplicate the Berserk Brew. And actually no, before we do that, I'm going to go back to Laundry and start doing stuff there. So usually I do this before I go back to, just before I go into, what's it called? So we're going to go speak to Laundry here.
Wondered when you'd be by here.
So Rick's gone.
My guess?
Spoiler, Rick is actually Caden, and he's been manipulating us.
Yeah, Zen wants to talk to you.
Thanks for rescuing
By the way, we get like 3 cutscenes molded into one here. Zen wants to talk to you. Hey, thanks for saving Laundry. Okay, you know where you need to go. You know you need to go and do that. You need to go and... Okay. So now what we're gonna do. Sorry. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna obviously equip that, and we don't need the ring of meditation. We're not gonna do that. But now we're gonna save. This is where we're gonna start item duping. And we're going to get a whole bunch of armor. So I'm going to duplicate the Ring of Rings and the Ring of Swiftness. Duplicate 5 of these just for use later. I'm going to need a lot of potions, so I'm going to be duplicating all of my potions. Well, not all of my will potions, I don't need all of them. I'm going to duplicate the Holy Waters, because we will need a whole bunch of them. And of course, Time of the Pupil and Raise the Amulets. And we're going to save and perfect. There we go. So again, we're going to go ahead and dupe our Holy Waters. About Tome of the Pupil, and again dupe Raise the Amulets, and I shouldn't need any more, but there's a very real possibility that I might need them still. So I don't believe there's any more stuff that I can get other than just leveling up Dragon's Toughness and improved critical. So that's what I'm going to focus on here. So now we have 8 Tome of the Pupils. So I'm going to save again. And I should be able to dupe them 3 times and have the amount that I need. And okay, so now we're at 24. And now we have 32, so that should be all for the item duping. I can't say for the rest of the run, but at least, you know, for a while. So something I've been trying to find somewhere in the game is, as I mentioned, I was mentioning it earlier, sorry I got a bit off track, but I mentioned that I want to find a certain item to potentially utilize, and we're going to sell all our items here. Of course we can't sell that. We don't need the Scimitar Dragons because we've got the Bastard Sword, so other than that I don't think we can sell these. Sell you. I didn't duplicate these, so I'm going to have to redo the duplication process. I can duplicate, sell that though.
You talked to Zen yet?
We're going to talk to Zen in a second, by the way. We're just going to do some more item dupes, just on the Ring of Rings and the Ring of Swiftness. We're going to do A couple more times. And we'll actually sell the bastard sword that we got, and we'll dupe it as well. So do one more time, then I should have more than enough gold to get what I need. There we go. Alright. So I'm gonna duplicate, sell 2 of these. Go down here. Sell all the Ring of Swiftness. We're not going to be using it at all. Sell all but 1 of those. Gonna buy plate mail, plate helmet. That reminds me, we need plate armor stuff, so I'm gonna have to do another item dupe. And we should be fine for now. Actually, we'll need that later, but
Anything you need?
see, this item can't be equipped, so I've screwed up. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna save and reload. So I'm gonna get a bit of time loss here, due to the fact that I've screwed up things. Again, things aren't entirely optimized here. So I believe I need 100, so I only need to duplicate these to get like 10 of them. So I only need 100 XP points. So I'm just going to duplicate 5 more times, and that should get me the amount that I need. Okay. So that's 3, so I need to do it 2 more times. Alright. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do these. Get. There we go. Boom. Oh, I just about forgot. I'm forgetting everything here.
Good to see you again.
There we go.
Just who I want.
Talk to this guy.
You know
So now we're
what
losing time, unfortunately.
things, actually.
Oh, we're not losing time quite yet, but
Is something called the Cask of Winters. Word is that it's through one of the portals in the dungeon. You got as good a shot as any of them.
alright, so hopefully.
If you do,
Yep, please. Yep. Cool. I'm gonna run away, turn around, run back to him. Get the Castle of Winters.
be kidding me. Is that it? That's the cask? May I? Wait till I show him back.
We don't actually give it to him, just he just
I'm gonna get a
has it.
price for this.
So yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
with you. And thanks.
Wondered what you'd been up to.
We go, we get a bunch of experience. That's why we do the Castle of Winters, because we get 10k experience and 1,000 gold. So yeah. Unfortunately, we're losing a little bit of time compared to the amount that we were saving before. But it's okay. That's the wrong area. Where am I going? That's the point of nature. Where am I going? Jesus. This is not good. This is not good. I was going the right way, wasn't I? Yep, okay. This isn't going too well. I should still be able... Yep, that's what we're on. The Bone Necropolis. Alright, I should still be able to save time here. I'm just going to have to get a good run through on these next couple areas, and that's all. So this is the Boneyard area. All we have to do is hit 5 levers, I believe it is. So, losing a little bit of time here, but we can still make this work. Alright. There's a reason why I got all that stuff just before, by the way. If we don't get by too many arrows here, that will be good. Go. Should be a lever right here, and then we got one more to hit. we will be through the area in a second. Here we go. That area's open. Come on, baby. As long as we don't get blocked here, we'll be good. No, 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 piss off. Oh my goodness. How did I know that was going to happen? I just thought about it in my head. That was going to happen. And we got through. We're still ahead, but Jesus Christ, we lost all the time there. So that's partially due to me not doing my item duplications properly. But as you can see there, still improvising bits and pieces there. Sort of got the correct pattern there, but yeah, still working on it at the same time. By the way, I'm going to level up so I can just, you know, get that to go away. If I don't take too many hits, I should be alright. Okay, boom, we're out in the Rules Temple. Just going to keep the Rod of Miracles up in case I need it. We're going to run up to another temple. Vecna's temple, as a matter of fact. And we're going to grab the medallion from this temple. Fortunately, we didn't get blocked in that doorway, and we didn't get blocked in that one too. Perfect. I got first of two, 1 or 2 globes just around the corner here, up here. So this is the life globe. We also need Death's globe as well. And the game is once again taking the piss. And we got a level, Jesus. Alright. Oh, I'll do that level up in a second. Oh my goodness. Also, going back to what I was saying earlier about area of effect attacks. These guys have them and they're very painful to deal with. Alright, and we're... Okay, we're getting blocked. Once again, this game just seems to want to take the piss out of me. Okay, Grotto Miracles there. Yes, I still have them. Just going to do a level up. There we go. Now we're going to go back this way. I'm going to go into a temple that has those medallion markings there. I'm going to pick up the Bone Bell as well as Death's Globe. Run straight back out. We're going to ignore all the enemies. And there we go. Boom. Alright. So we should... Oh my goodness. Ah, we're getting blocked again. Oh my goodness, we got through. Oh yeah, that was a bad spawn. That was a bad spawn. We got through in the end, so we're good. Alright. So now I need the anti-venom potions to run through this area. I'm still getting hit by them. That shouldn't be happening. That's strange. Should go down the second. Now I just got to kill 2 more skeletons here. And we're through. Perfect. So that gate doesn't open if you don't kill the skeletons that spawn in. And so we just got to deal with them first. And then we head on our merry way. Unfortunately, these areas can be a bit of a pain due to the spawns. There we go. Got 1 lever, 1 pressure plate. And we're actually going to lose time here, unfortunately. Actually, no, I know why that's going to happen. That split I did, I think I mentioned I've done another run a while back. Oh, God. So, that split's going to be wrong. So, we're going to be behind, so to say, but not actually behind. That's just because the last split I did, I split when I originally got through to this area. So that split's actually wrong. I should be doing it. MGB stands for Medallions, Globe, and Bell. So it's relative to me getting all those done. So once we ring the bell and get through the door here, that's when I'm going to split. So that split's actually wrong. I mean, we're still losing time, I believe, but we'll find out in the previous segment. things go well here. I get blocked. I'll be through the next area. There we go. Bone bridge. It's okay. So we still lost a couple minutes there in the previous segment, but we can pull this back. Again, if I don't die against the Lich King here, I will be able to. This run is still very much alive, as long as I don't take any deaths to the Lich King, or as long as I don't take any game overs, I should say. We're going to take deaths regardless of what I do against the Lich King. Even though I've got all the plate armor and all that, it's going to increase the likelihood that we survive his attacks and whatnot. But we're still going to take a lot of damage and likely still die. And these skeletons, again, can get very annoying to deal with. Because if they want to hit you, they will hit you. And I don't like them, because they do that. I can find my Rod of Miracles. I should be alright, though. Okay. There we go. By the way, we're going for, a very specific path on the bridge here. More or less just the fastest path to take. As long as we don't get... Oh, okay, we just just dodged that attack there. If we take a right there, we'll go to a health thing. A health fountain. There, if we can, if I want to. Again, I used to in the run I used to use that to get some kills, and just so I could have experience. And now okay, I'm going the wrong way. I need to go down this way. But now we're just running from point A to point B, and this hasn't been too bad. I haven't been blocked. Okay, as soon as I say I haven't been blocked, I get blocked. We've only had 1 or 2 blocks there, and we got one more. There we go. Into the Lich's lair. So now we just got to kill one enemy to actually get into the boss fight room, and then we'll be fighting the Lich. And again, as long as I don't take a couple deaths here, I should be able to beat the Lich in a few minutes. He's a bit of a nasty boss fight, but he's not nasty in the sense of he's annoying like the Frostworm. He's nasty in the sense of he's actually got he's actually meant to be a hard boss. So, by the way, if you haven't noticed, I haven't been using the Warcry move. Completely useless against the enemies in this area because they're all like undead or something along those lines. Sweet. We got a mace which we can't use, but here's the Lich, and we don't have to deal with him straight away. Okay, good. They're right next to each other. Immediately the Lich just spawns in a bunch of skeletons. But we've got plenty of holy waters to deal to them with. Alright. This is where things can get a bit dicey. Okay. We didn't die there, which is the main thing, so that's good. Okay. Oh crap, I didn't. Okay, there we go. Just realized I didn't have the Berserk Brew on. Alright, so we got the Lich King, we got the Lich down to half health, so we're doing pretty good so far. A lot better than I was doing in my last run. Trust me. So much better. And I think it's just going back and grabbing all the the plate armor and all that. That's the main difference between the 2 runs that I've done. Okay, there's our first death. Okay, so we should end this in the next sort of little span of time once he comes out of his barrier once again. still took some damage there, which is good. And I believe we got him beat. And a second here. Oh, you're kidding me, right? You're kidding me, right? Die! Die, asshole! Die! There we go. Jesus. Alright, we're still doing a lot better than what we were doing last run. And we leveled up a couple of times during the areas and beforehand, so... Oh, okay, for some reason I didn't teleport. Look at that! 12 minutes! 12 minutes! So yeah, last run I did, I died twice. I had to fight him 3 times. So, it wasn't very good. Okay, so the reason why I leveled up my world longsword is now we're going to go back to our ancestral sword, or our ancestral weapon. So, if we don't do that, we can't use the gems, which we've got now. So, I kind of need to, you know, do that, and I kind of need to use that and use the gems, at least when I get to Kaiden, or Kaiden I should say. But I'm just going to use them from the get-go, so I can just, you know, when enemies hit me, they won't actually do any damage. So, just going to put you on. That's of no use to me. Of no use to me. As you can see here, we can put on Gem of Death. So I'm actually going to save, and so we're getting low on our Berserk Brews there, so I'm going to dupe the fuck out of them, as well as duplicate a bunch of these, but other than that we should be good. We got more than enough things, what's it called? Tome of the Pupil. Well, we don't need to use them anymore, we've got all the moves that we need. So all I'm doing here is just duping my Berserk Brews. So that way I haven't... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Just so that I'll have more than enough when I do get to Kaiden. Oh crap, hitting all the wrong buttons. So now I have 21 of them, I'm just going to do it one more time. Perfect. Alright. And I accidentally picked up my weapons again. That didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't affect our movement speed or anything. Alright, so now we're going to get into this area. We actually probably could have done the item dupes here. So I'm going to save the game and run straight up to where Rick's going to be. He's going to reveal there's actually Kaiden all along. The game will more than likely crash here. I imagine it will. Yep, game crashed. Okay. So all I gotta do is just restart my Xbox. That's all I can do at this stage. There we go, and the cam catcher's back. So we're gonna lose a little bit of time here. In my last run, I got in the initial run that I did for this, I got really lucky, and the game didn't crash, and I don't know what did it. But the game didn't crash, and yeah, like I don't know what to say. It's not like because I did go back to the shop at this point in the run, but the thing is I've done that before and then come back and then still the game has still crashed on me. And oh hello, Elgato, please cooperate. Okay, good. Alright, just gonna get through everything. There we go, loading screen. So this is more or less part of the run if you play the Xbox original version of this game, which I'm playing the 360 version. If you can't tell by how much better the game looks, or you know, better in quotation marks. If you can't tell, in the what's it called? I forget. I can't remember. And then the port of this game from the Xbox, well not the port, sorry, just how it runs on the Xbox 360 is just like certain parts of the game just do not work. So we should get the cutscene here.
So we meet again.
Hi, Rick. You're not really Rick, you're Caden, but... Hi, Rick! So yeah, this is, now we're gonna deal with these guys. So they will happily dive bomb us if given the chance. But of course I got Warcry, so just use that, run by. I also gotta bring the map back up since I exited the game. So all we're doing here is just running through the area and hoping that we don't get hit too many times. The chance of getting hit here is sort of, it's very real. But for the most part we can just run through. Alright, so now we're into the main room of the area and we can choose whether or not we go right or left. I think the game expects you to go right first. Because you'll see when I do actually go right. But so we're going down this left path, and what we're doing here is we're hitting a bunch of levers, and just get like a little war cry in quickly there, and it had no effect unfortunately, and now I'm blocked. Oh, I can still got through. That's good. Fortunately, with that enemy going invisible, he also like teleported, so I didn't get completely blocked in there, which is good. Don't have to worry about getting blocked in and having to fight my way out. I can just run on through. Go, just a quick little hit. So by hitting that lever, we brought up a bridge made of, I don't know, magical energy, I'm guessing. But this first bridge is just off to the left here, back down the path and off to the left. We run through this little spot where we're gonna get fire shot at us. And from what I remember, there's supposed to be a cutscene playing there, which, like I said, the game expects you to go to the right first, or like it will prop up a message saying you need to find the other lever when we've already found it. So I think the game, for whatever reason, they expect you to go to the right first. Goodness, getting blocked by the enemy there. So just gonna do the same thing as we're doing with the other room. Just go to this lever. And immediately just turn around and run in the opposite direction. So I'm going to walk right there so I can get out nice and quickly. And have a pursuit, run back and hit the other lever. And, nothing much else to do here. We just avoid enemies, go back the way we came. And just keep doing this. So it's the other area, and we should get like a little message popping up on screen. Flames are apparently there, but you know, they still damage us, but they're not physically there on screen, which is quite funny. We're just gonna walk our way through that spot, again, so we don't get blocked by enemies. Probably gonna have to do it here, or maybe not. That's quite good. Oh my goodness. And we didn't get blocked by anyone. Oh, I kind of blocked myself there. Ran into that lamppost there. This is good. This is good. This is good. We're not getting dive bombed constantly, and that's boom. That's that area done, and we managed to save 3.5 minutes there. So I don't know if we'll get the run under 2 hours, but we're certainly going to get close. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the run under 2 hours unless I again change up my tactics. But like this is already like really good. We barely missed that. So there's no real threat of dying to that thing. It just, you know, it takes away our all our willpower. That's all. And does a little bit of damage to us. So that was the East Grand Hall done. Now we're going to follow a specific path in the West Grand Hall and get through to the mini-boss coming up. And just keep in mind, we could very well end up back in the East Grand Hall. There are a couple different paths that we can actually take. But as long as we take the right path, we can get through to the next mini-boss, which is just a really big spider. That's the entire premise of the boss. That one's gonna hit us regardless, as you see there. Takes away a whole bunch of mana and okay, we're good. That's all I wanted to do there. Hopefully we don't get chased by those guys, which we didn't, thank goodness. Oh my goodness. We got through. That's good. Don't block the door, don't block the door. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're almost there. Almost to the boss fight. We got a little bit of a fight to do beforehand as well, actually. Because we're going to deal with these guys. Want to make sure I take out this priest. I don't want him spawning in the room with us, because he is just a massive pain in the ass to deal with. In fact, we don't want any of these enemies spawning in the room with us. And he spawned another priest. Are you kidding me? So this is already not looking too good, this area. Okay. Let's kill this guy. And we're through. Alright, now we're gonna go fight another boss. We got a mini boss here. Again, it's just a big spider. So I haven't got my moves set up properly, but I'm gonna be using Shock Finisher. And sorry, I'm gonna be using Warcry and Shock Finisher here. Just something to keep in mind, we don't want to get hit too many times by the spider here. Because if we do, the spider will stun us. Oh, sorry, if it specifically bites us, I should say. As you can see there, it bit us. Oh my goodness. Not going as planned. Okay, as long as we do. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? Things are not going planned as planned at all. Okay, just need to focus spider again. Okay, I think there's a sign that he's getting close to dying. Sure hope it is. There we go. Boom, Shadow Spire time. So we lost a little bit of time there, but that's fine. And we picked up a certain item as well, so I'm going to equip that. If I can, there we go. I also leveled up, so that's always a good one. Oh, we got Plate Gauntlets of Ogres. So this was what I was talking about before. We get an item with Plate Gauntlets of Ogres. There's a bunch of items that all have like certain names, and the anything with the name of ogres on it immediately has an effect on how much strength you can deal. So you saw at the start of the game we picked up that elixir of dragons, which permanently increased our constitution by 1 if I were to use it. What I want to be able to hopefully do at some point is get that, but with it as an ogre's item, so I can just increase my strength by like tenfold, and then just slaughter everything. Problem is, I have no clue where it is in the game, or if it even is available in the game. So just do what we can. Anyway, this is the first Kaiden boss fight where we just got to get him down to about 3rd health, and he's just sort of ranting to us. I want to be hitting Kaiden with these. Oh my goodness, this game is taking the fucking leak on me. There we go. That's Kaiden 1 done. Oh yeah. These enemy spawns are a bit rubbish. Oh crap, just about went the wrong way. So we're just going to run to Shadow Spire number 2. Hopefully it won't take us too long to get through the next fight. So got everything set up, just making sure. Berserk Brewers, I'll need them. I'll need them for the final fight as well. It's a nice little dodge that I did there. Oh, sweet, here we go. Here's Kaiden number 2. Here we go.
Fate is worse than death.
You will suffer. Alright. That was really quick. I just realized I've done these splits wrong. So I'm gonna go back up. I'm supposed to split when I'm getting out of the area. So I've done that wrong. You know, I've just undone the split there, so get me through. There we go. Okay, that's where I meant to split. Sorry, I screwed that up. That's where I meant to split. So we lost a little bit of time there again. But we're on to the final boss. So I don't think I'm going to beat this in under 2 hours. But I will get close. Then again, might get really lucky. Like, Kaiden might glitch out and just let us annihilate him. I'll find out in a bit. We just... Okay, that was not supposed to happen. Don't you dare load... He's going to load into the boss fight. I can already tell. Alright, here's the last Kaiden fight. And this fight is the one where it's supposed to end on the last hit. Not like the other two that I did. That was accidental. Okay, I'm just getting destroyed by everything. Oh god, let me through. There we go. Okay, so this is kind of good because Kaiden can't just decide to charge or dodge backwards, which kind of don't want him to do, and he ended up changing, so it doesn't matter. So ultimately I'd want to get all the gems done in one cycle. Why am I... Oh my goodness. Okay, that's not the way I was tuning, but okay game, you do what you want to do. And he just casually slid across the screen. Oh my goodness. Getting some real bad luck with the... Unfortunately, Kaiden can just decide to charge or dodge whenever he wants to. Oh, okay, apparently I want to... Oh my goodness. There we go. And he changed gems again, unfortunately. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. I wish I didn't have these other enemies to deal with. Kaiden at the moment's been real good. He's just staying put. Okay, now he's charging. Oh boy. And he's potentially the worst out of all these gems. We're going to get constantly pushed back by one of the moves here that he can do. And yeah, it's not fun to deal with. Oh my goodness, see. He's got he's got an ice attack that just keeps going and going and going. So the ice gem is, yeah, arguably the most annoying to deal with. See, I'm sorry, but that is stupid. And now I'm not. Look at that. I am taking that much damage per second that I can't even like heal myself in time. Alright, let's bring out this Gem of Death, so I'm going to change the Gem of Wind. Hopefully not get dicked by dumb stuff. It's not letting me put on my Berserk Brew, so... Yeah, this is a lot better than what we were getting before. Come on. I don't want him to charge. Oh, really? He charged the last possible second there. There we go, that's one gem down. Alright. Alright, that's another gem down. Oh, he charged again. You gotta be kidding me. And he charged again. Seem to be timing these perfectly when he's charging and not when I need to time them. Again, charging. The charge attack is so annoying to deal with. Alright, that's another gem down. So unfortunately, like I mentioned, we haven't got under 2 hours, but that's perfectly fine. Oh my goodness, step forward, Jesus Christ. Go. And we're on to the last part. Oh, he's charging now. And for some reason, there we go. Oh, stupid charges, goddamn. You're real bad luck with these charges, just happening right when I'm trying to use my shock finisher. So that one should have hit. And that's it, game over. Boom. There we go, there's the final cutscene for you guys. The last one I did, the game kinda just green screened and then black screened and crashed. So that's Dungeons & Dragons Heroes updated. There may potentially be some other changes and obviously some more optimizations. So I'm really happy with that. So low 2 hours, 2 hour 40 or high 240, 205. What I'm saying, high 204. I don't know why I'm saying 205 or 240, but I'm really happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this and got to see how different the run is now. Again, maybe optimizations here and there, and particularly if I can actually find a elixir of ogres to put on. So now we just got like a little cutscene at the end here with some concept art. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I should hit this up as soon as possible once I get some of the categories and whatnot changed up. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I shall see you guys later.